Hi everyone, I just finished filming this video where I was playing around with the Daniel Smith Hooker's Green, and that was a lot of fun. So I just want to actually kind of play around with these greens that I have and do some floral, not floral, but leafy doodles. So I'm going to use my platinum carbon ink fountain pen. This is a really great pen. I haven't mentioned it in a while, but it's great for fine lines. So if you love doodling, that's just fantastic. Yeah. I went and I bought one of these guys. So if you're new to my channel, you probably haven't seen that, but if you have been following me for a while, you know that I mentioned this quite a few times. So this is a converter which comes with the brand. I think the converter is actually as much as the pen itself, but it is a beautiful converter. I mean, look at it. It's got a gold, metal gold detail to it, and it's just beautiful. It has a really nice weight to it. It doesn't feel cheap, but it is such a good price. I mean, I can't believe it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's about £5 for the container and about the same for the actual pen. So I think about £10 I spent for the entire thing, which is amazing. And then of course the bottle of ink, which I put away somewhere, but it's a waterproof ink. So I'll show you actually once. Okay, so oops, no. Okay, now that's the right one. So carbon ink, and you actually can't see. I was going to show you how much I used up because I've been filling up this pen so many times, and I prefer the, you know, the converter. I don't know why, but it's not messy. I don't create any mess. It's very quick, it's easy, and also I can use this ink with any other fountain pen that I have a converter in, so I can load it up, and I just prefer it that way. Also, if one day I want to try this thickness of the nib, because it's super fine, but with another you know, color or another sort of brand of ink, then I can do that, and that's why I like buying it. So I'll leave all the links down below for you. This is like one of the things I use on a very frequent basis. Okay, I'm going to take off this little note here, which I wrote down all the information because I won't need it anymore. I'm finishing off my Stillman Birn sketchbook, which I'm super excited about. So this is a beta series little sketchbook. Is the smallest one they do, and this particular paper is the watercolor paper. It's a 270 GSM, and it's cold pressed, so it has a little bit of texture. It's white, which makes all the watercolors look so beautiful on it. And yeah, the final thing that I want to mention is that not in all cases can you actually do watercoloring on the cover, on the inside of the cover. The paper tends to be a different paper. What they do is, if you can see, this little signature here is consisting of 2 papers, so like that. And what they've done, so here, same thing, I'll just show you real quick. So here's the signature. So they have 2 pages, so 1 and 2, that they layer on top of each other, they stitch it, and that becomes a signature, if that makes sense. What they do with the cover, first page and the last page, is that they use that paper on the cover itself, on the inside of the covers, and you can basically, you know, do your watercoloring just the same way as you would do it on the other paper. So I'm sorry, the lighting is so bright, the sun really came out now. Okay, so let's do some doodling, and I guess I'll put some music to it and just let you enjoy the process, and then we'll do some watercoloring, which is even more fun. Okay, so I've done a little bit of doodling right here, and I just filled the page, so it kind of gives me a lot of, you know, watercoloring. In fact, what you could do is, if you are wanting to do a bit of art but don't really have time, you could just doodle any object that you feel like, and then whenever you're watching TV with your family, or just you are out and about somewhere and you have that literally few minutes, you can just watercolor these really quickly. Okay, so I am going to grab my, this is a round 4 because of the size of the leaves, they're quite small. So this is a silver black velvet, and let's see, so I'm just gonna try and mix these greens. I'm going to turn around the palette this way, and so I've got that new color here, the Hooker's Green by Daniel Smith, which I just squeezed out onto my palette, and I'm just going to play around and see what type of a color I can mix. Alright, so here we are, they all Looks so pretty, so neat. And one thing that's actually quite fun to do, if you have a little branch of leaves which has a lot of leaves, try to change up the colors a little bit and break it up, but don't do every leaf a different color, because that will just look random. It just looks like you're randomly doing some swatches. But when you take the same color and you repeat it throughout, and say you do 3 or 4 different colors, then it would look really, really harmonious. And I like that. It looks really nice and balanced. So yeah, I tried to play around with my greens and see how bright I could go within being still comfortable with the color, like liking the color rather than it being screaming, and then more muted colors, and then sort of blending the colors in between each other. And also, whenever there would be a bigger leaf, what I found would be fun to do is to add a little bit of water to create these blooms, because otherwise it might end up looking quite flat. So is it focusing now or not? Here we go. Okay, so this one, and then same thing for this one as well. And then maybe this one here. Alright, so this was really super fun, something quite easy and light to do on a sunny afternoon, and I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching and see you soon.